Hello, everyone. Welcome to my page and to Advent Preaching. I'm so excited because I have the new version of my book, 7 Preaching Keys. So for those who don't know me, my name is Christopher Findley. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I recently graduated from Southwestern Adventist University in Keene, Texas. After that, I was blessed to work at Richardson Church in Richardson, Texas, and after one semester, 6 months, I was called to now study my Master's of Divinity at the Seventh-day Adventist Theological Seminary in Berrien Springs, Michigan. So that's where I am now for the next 2 years studying my Master's of Divinity. But I wanted to take this opportunity to go live and unbox the new pack of books with you all. This book, 7 Preaching Keys for Lay Preachers to Preach Powerful Biblical Christ-Centered Sermons. This is my book, passion project, calling, where from when I started studying at Southwestern Adventist University, I realized that I just had this deep love for preaching. Ever since I became a Christian, walking with God, it was something about the biblical sermon that really just captured my heart. I want to open up the book. I want to get to the point, but let's open it. Let's see. So we can put this here. So here is the cover. So what inspired the cover, if you see this 7 Preaching Keys, if you can see the cover right here. What inspired this cover was we went with an artistic feel. The first one was inspired by 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. But this one, we wanted to make it a little bit more original. So version 2, we just shortened it. We changed it to 7 Preaching Keys. And if you see these 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is actually a picture of duct tape, but we photoshopped it and we made it look artistic. So this is where you see like the 7 steps, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's what inspired the cover. We went with a yellow look because yellow is just way more, I don't know, I feel like it grabs your attention when you see it. And then we went with an old time font for the writing, 7 Preaching Keys for lay preachers to preach powerful, biblical, Christ-centered sermons. And then on the back, we have the second edition, title again, main point, biblical Christ-centered sermons. And why do we focus on biblical Christ-centered sermons? And the reason being is because you could preach anything. You can go to a church and you can hear the pastor stand up for 45 minutes and just tell stories and not even open up the Bible, or open up the Bible and they read a passage that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your paths. But then the whole sermon is about stories and life examples, but how does it connect to what is the biblical meaning of trusting in God through all situations, through the good times, the bad times? Biblical examples. Who wrote the book of Proverbs? Why did he write the book? Where was Solomon at in his life? Did he take the meaning from scripture? Did he have an introduction? Did he talk about the problem of not trusting in God? Did he point us to Jesus? Did he have a main point? Did he apply it then to our lives with stories and illustrations and examples? Did he conclude and share what he shared, how he shared it, and then lead us to a decision to say, will you trust in God now with all your heart? Will you not lean on your own understanding? Will you acknowledge him in all your ways and he will direct your paths? So it's 7 steps that we're talking about to have a Christ-centered biblical sermon. That's what this book is about. And it's short. It gets straight to the point. It's about, reading wise, it's 78 pages, about 78, 77 pages. And it's easy to follow in. It's a simple book to read, and it's meant to do training seminars for youth leaders, elders, lay preachers, and also to be used as a preaching tool. So when you're planning your sermon, you can look through the book, you can study, you can look through, and you could actually work on your sermon while you work on the book. So the book is meant to be a lifelong resource. This is something that I always wanted while preparing sermons. I always wanted to have a tool that I could refer to of how to construct my introduction, how to work on my problem, how to work on my solution, how to work on my main point, how to have a memorable main point, how do I point the sermon to Jesus? And at the same time, everything that you're doing comes and is rooted in the biblical text. You're pulling all your ideas, you're pulling everything from the biblical text. So this is why we have the second edition to 7 preaching keys. And I just wanted to share that with you so you can have an introduction of the book. We're going to continue making videos through this series, and we're going to go step by step through this book so you can get a understanding of what it's about. You can share it with your friends and family, and maybe you know someone who likes to preach. Maybe you have friends that work in church, and you know that this will be a great resource for them. Refer them. Tell them about adventpreaching.com. You know, on the back, we have our ministry that you could support, adventpreaching.com. And this is for you or for your family or for your friends, whoever it may be that you know. Refer them and point them to our page, because that's the whole purpose of our ministry, is to train and equip preachers globally to share the love of Jesus Christ, to share the gospel of salvation, the good news, the fact that Christ came here to live the life that we couldn't live, to die the death in our place, and he rose again, and he intercedes for us now, and he's coming back again to take us home so we can be with him forever. And this is what this book is all about, preaching Jesus, sharing Jesus. So join us in this journey. This is part 1 of the many parts of this video series that we are going to provide as a resource for you, and join in on the journey. Thank you for joining us. And remember to go get your copy of 7 Preaching Keys. You can get it at Amazon, or you can get it at adventpreaching.com, and it will be right at your doorstep so you can start planning powerful biblical sermons today. God bless you all.